don't even know what I should do. Like, I'm not doing a bit. I'm not gonna do like a Morphin time. I mean, I could. Yeah, I'll admit it. The last few minutes did get me. It did get me a little bit. Not like full blown, but you know, it got me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Will and welcome back to another quick review. For today's video, we will be taking a look at Power Rangers Once and Always. This is the 30th anniversary special for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. My God, it has been 30 years since 5 teenagers with attitude were chosen by an intergalactic floating head to save the world from a witch from a space dumpster. This, of course, sees the returns of David Yost, Walter Emmanuel Jones, Johnny Young Bosch, Karen Ashley, Catherine Sutherland, Steve Cardenas, and as well sees the introduction of Charlie Kirsch as Min, who is playing Trini's daughter in the series. If you've never seen Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it is a American production based off of a Japanese tokusatsu series known as Super Sentai. They have been adapting Super Sentai into Power Rangers for the last 30 years, and this is the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If this happens to be your first time checking out one of my videos, hi, my name is Will and I do geeky stuff on the internet. I do reviews and reactions, discussions, some gaming, some drinking, a whole bunch of geeky stuff on this channel. I just like to have a lot of fun, and I hope you do as well. And if this happens to be your bag and you're interested in hearing from a geeky bear like myself, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And you kind of got to have some backstory if you're going to watch this series. I will tell you that much. This is, of course, the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which it's a well done anniversary episode. The Rangers have to unite when an old enemy comes back into the fold and is responsible for the death of the Yellow Ranger, Trini Kwan, and her daughter is now kind of out for revenge, but now with Billy and Zach sort of leading a hodgepodge of Rangers from the past in order to stop their greatest enemy, Rita Repulsa, from doing some harm to the known universe and to Earth as well, and to prevent her from doing more harm to anyone else. For anniversary episodes or anniversary specials for Power Rangers, this was very well done. It is definitely designed to be a love letter to anyone and any fans of Power Rangers, especially those who were there at that wondrous, monumentous period of time when the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out. It was a smash hit for people and kids of that generation, myself included. It had a very big impact on a lot of people's lives, and for a great many of people, still love this franchise like hardcore. I myself am one who has kind of waned a little bit. Again, I've said I'm not going to mention Super Sentai too much, but when you find the source material, you end up sort of gravitating towards the source material a little bit. I have been a fan of the franchise for so many years, and so I was very curious to see how they were going to handle this special, especially with navigating a world without Thuy Trang, who is the actress who played Trini Kwan, who passed away back in 2001. It's something that they didn't skirt away from during this special, and it not only pays a lovely memorial to her, but also to Jason David Frank, who played Tommy Oliver in the original series as well. He recently passed away last year in 2022. So this wasn't just necessarily a memorial to those particular actors, but also to serve as a celebration of the last 30 years of Power Rangers. I think overall it was handled very well. It plays very much into that nostalgia box in terms of the callbacks, the locations, just the overall feel you got with seeing these original characters back together, getting back into the action, getting into the fights and stuff like that. I think it was done very well. It's not necessarily my favorite, but there are little things I can nitpick. This isn't necessarily a response to the special, because I think the special was great. I think the special was a lot of fun. It was cool seeing all of the people come back for the special, and even the people that weren't necessarily part of the original team who came back, they are people who were involved in those first 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So every Ranger that came back for that was at some point kind of swapped in. That's what they did in the initial first 3 seasons of Power Rangers, that some people would leave and other people would join the team and take over those roles. And then subsequent seasons, they would just be one team per season. I'm just giving a little bit of backstory. Using Rita Repulsa as the main antagonist for the special makes sense. I think using Lord Zed probably would have been a little bit stronger, but of course, if you're still following Power Rangers, they kind of are currently using Lord Zed in the most recent season of Power Rangers that is being filmed. So I get that you couldn't really include him for this. I think he's a stronger villain than Rita was. Having Rita come back in the fashion that she did come back, I get it. I would have preferred a little bit of a different design for the Rita Repulsa version that we got, which is, again, it's a little nitpick for me. It's just that I don't know if it's just my own personal viewing experience when it comes to a lot of like television CGI, but for some reason I feel like CGI is getting worse for certain series. And again, it probably is based off of a budget or whatever like that, but the CGI for the Megazord was a little distracting for me. It's still cool to see them recreate the sequence from the original show. That was really cool. I like the new cockpit design. I love the new transportation sequence. I like how they actually still pay homage to the original Morph sequence, but also kind of updated it a little bit. but come on, that CGI fight with the monster was a little rough. At least for me, it was a little rough. I think the story was really well done. They definitely designed this in the idea that this was being watched by people who watched it 30 years ago, because it was a much more mature story, especially with the death of one of the Rangers. I'm like, if Rita took it seriously from day one, none of them would have survived. I think the more adult theme of the special, it worked. I don't know if some of the emotional weight was there in certain scenes. I think Charlie Kirsch did a fine job as Min. I liked her as a character. I'm curious to see what they go with her, with how the movie was basically kind of her taking up the mantle of her mother. And I'm curious to see what sort of future holds for that character. And with a lot of these characters, there is a lot of camp in it, which I think is fun. There's a lot of callbacks to things from the original series, like the Hip Hop Keto and like the Rad Bug and stuff like that, which are cute, but then also slightly cringy a little bit. But overall, it was fun. And that's the biggest thing, is just as I had fun watching it. It was very nostalgic to see it. You could tell certain things, like you could tell they're a little bit older too, but it's nice to see that it's not like no one ages or people don't, grow old and continue. And it's nice to see that it shows the continuation of the franchise. It shows the connectivity that the franchise has been developing over the last few years through some of the subsequent series that have come out more recently, as well as with the comic series. There's a comic now it's been going on for a number of years that has really built up a connected universe with all of the series, and I think it's really cool to now see that making its way back to where it all began, and I think that's really cool. I've always been a fan of Billy because namesake a little bit. I've always been a fan of that character, and it's wonderful to see David Yost come back for the role. He very much spearheaded the entire anniversary specials, which I thought was really dope. Same thing, seeing Walter Jones come back, seeing the original Black Ranger out there, not just in costume color, but it was really dope. And it's cool that we got cameos from Johnny and Bosch and Karen Ashley, who played Adam and Aisha respectively, and how their story continues. So it's really cool that we got so many Easter eggs during the special. I wish it was a little bit longer.
I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
I mean, an hour special, that's one thing I think Power Rangers has always kind of struggled with. They never really gave them time. Like, give us a 2-hour special. Like, you could have done 2 hours with this, and you could have had maybe a few more cameos. You could have maybe given us more time with Min to kind of see her process of grieving at the loss of her mother and grappling with, what it means to be a ranger. That's her whole arc throughout the story, is dealing with the loss of her mother, as well as dealing with the feelings and the emotion and the anger and the rage. What is justice? What is revenge? That sort of thing. I really like how they did tackle that throughout the special. I thought that was really well done. I think some of the comedy beats from Rocky got a little bit, it felt really hard, really flat. Overall, I think as an anniversary special, I think it was very well done. It was very nostalgic, and it hit a lot of those beats. For me, the strongest bits were like the last 5 minutes of the special, when they really got a chance to kind of talk and reminisce about the 30 years. I really sort of enjoyed that. As a fan who has come and gone from the franchise, if you are new to Power Rangers, this is not the place you want to start. This is definitely not something that is really going to be for a wide audience, but it is definitely a love letter to the fans and the people that grew up with it and who continue to grow as the series aged. So now we're all at the same age, all of our wrinkles and sore backs and all. It was very nostalgia heavy. It was very well done. Again, I could nitpick a few things like the CGI, some of the dialogue, or how some of it might have felt a little wooden here and there with the emotional deliveries of certain things. But I think overall, I think it was very successful and very well done. And it's cool to see these characters continuing on in this franchise. I'd love to see some of the other seasons get some love, being that some of them are 10, 15 years old at this point. But who knows? Who knows if we'll ever see that. But that's going to do it for this review for Power Rangers Once and Always. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for checking out this and all my videos. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you're new here and you happen to enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. I have a ton of videos on this channel you're more than welcome to check out. You can follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, may the power protect you, and I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.